Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sega Saturn. I fucking wish you never died. Happy birthday to you. Oh, yeah. Welcome back to another quick play video. I am, of course, your humble host and narrator, Carmy Bear von Schnugglestein III with 8-Bit Barbarian. And yes, today is the official birthday of the Sega Saturn. It was 22 years ago today, November 11th, 1994, that the Sega Saturn originally launched in Japan. And I'm excited. I'm excited and I'm sad, because I'm sad that I'm that old. I'm old enough to remember when the Sega Saturn came out. I'm old enough to have been there. And I'm playing this on the original Saturn. The games have been a little touch and go here lately since I've been doing the whole Saturn kick. Some of them have been cooperative. Some of them have not been cooperative. There are a few games that I actually wanted to get in on the whole Sega Saturn kick. That would not work. Chief among them, Corpse Killer fucking Graveyard Edition. You bastard. But today we're playing Panzer Dragoon 2. I was going to throw in Panzer Dragoon number 1, but I'm like, you know what? I had a little bit more fun playing Panzer Dragoon number 2 when I was younger, so we're going to go with this one. And this is an interesting game. As you can see here, I'm on a chocobo with wings. Or, you know, I mean, not really a chocobo. I guess you could say it's a dragon or a dragoon, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's a biped, and it's got wings, but right now we're on the ground, and I am shooting at things. Lots and lots of things. It's a fun game. I wish I could give you a little bit more of the history on here, but let's just face it. Most game reviewers, which is, hey, by the way, I'm not a game reviewer. I'm more of somebody who just likes to share his experiences on a game. Not review the game, but more like, this is what I thought going in playing it as a kid. This is what I think of it now as an adult. That's my whole thing. But as far as reviewers go, let's just face it. You can look up all the fucking information you want on these games and consoles online. You can go to Google, do a Google search. I guarantee you'll find a Wikipedia article on... Article? Yeah. You'll find a Wikipedia article. You'll find a Wikipedia article on pretty much any game you could ever imagine. Just about. And I'm not saying that that's what all the game reviewers do, but I'm saying that's probably what quite a few of the game reviewers do. You got to get the information somewhere, and nobody's a know-it-all. You know, you get the information from somewhere. You learn it from somewhere. You research it somewhere. You go online, you type in a game, I guarantee you the Wikipedia article is going to be probably one of the first things that pops up. Hell, even I've gone back and looked at Wikipedia from time to time and looked at other online sources just to make sure I have the correct information. Just because I was alive and around when this shit launched doesn't mean that, you know, my memory is always going to be as crisp as I would like to think it is. It's not always going to retain that knowledge and that information as well as I'd like to think it would. You know what I mean? I say, look, I can fly. See, I was a biped on the ground shooting shit. And then I jumped up into the sky face, and then my wings came out, and boom. Transformer, bitch. But anyway, that's what quite a few reviewers do, though. Quite a few of them out there, that's exactly what they do. That you go online. Fucking Watch Mojo. You go to Watch Mojo. 90% of the facts they take off of Watch Mojo are probably straight off of Wikipedia. I know this because it seems like they read it verbatim. Whatever they find on Wikipedia in their videos. Some of the times they can't even get the damn, like, Wikipedia information, like, straight. A lot of times their fucking knowledge is completely screwed. Like, they get things entirely wrong. And I don't know if it's just, you know, because it's an oversight? I would hope not. I mean, they got enough people working there that, that edit this shit. I will say that damn Rebecca, though. Holy damn, dude. I've watched videos with her in it, and she is the female that works at Watch Mojo, the one who is featured most. When you hear a female voice telling you what's what through Watch Mojo, usually it's hers. But damn, that girl is nice. I'd like to go to Canada just to say, hey girl, you want to go get some fries and gravy? Yeah, I said it. But I have a feeling she'd rebuff my advances, so we're not even going to go there. Anyway, I think I talked a solid 5 minutes on everything other than this game, so let's get back to the game. I'm so good at this. I'm really good at this. I can talk about everything under the sun while playing a game and not even realize I'm playing a game. By now, it's second nature. Is it second nature? It is as reflexive to me as breathing is, well, to me and most other people. Don't even think about it. This is a fun game, though. It's a lot of fun. I remember playing this game quite a bit as a kid. Come home, do my shitty-ass math homework. I loved English homework, so I'd spend a little more time on, on that. My English is science. Science, yes. I cannot speak well today. Very good. I give birthday episode to Sega Saturn, and I cannot speak well today. Anyway, science was another subject I liked. If I had an assignment through science and an assignment through, or I should say, for English lit, then I'd spend a little more time on it. Math, though, fuck math and fuck algebra. I have not used that shit once since I've been out of school. I mean, math I have, yes, but algebra, no. And I still remember my goddamn teacher. God, what was his name? Can't remember his name, but the guy looked like Mr. Feeney. And if you know who Mr. Feeney is, from Boy Meets World, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. You don't, go look the guy up. Actually, just go back and watch the entire, first few seasons of Boy Meets World. It's heartwarming. You'll love it. And then you get into more of, the high school seasons, and then the shit just really gets weird. It's not quite the same. I digress. Just go watch the first few seasons of Boy Meets World. I'd say, the first 5 are fantastic. Yeah, but anyway, so I'd get home, I'd do my homework, I'd have me some Hot Pockets, and then I would sit down with a bottle of Mountain Dew, and I would play this game probably until I had to go to bed. And then even then I would get up, I'd kind of stay awake, and then when I knew my mom was asleep, I would kind of very stealthily climb out of bed, go turn on the TV. Yeah, see, that was her mistake. She put a TV in my room. So I got up all the time late at night, and would sneak to the kitchen, late night snack, even though I should be in bed, getting ready for, so I can get ready for school the next morning. And I'd stay up and play more video games, and this is one of the ones I would sneak up and play. A lot of fun, this game. Not a whole lot to it, at least not in the early going, but basically it's just you're running around on a dragon, sometimes you fly, and you're kind of shooting at shit. Just think like, I mean, as you look at it, it's kind of like Star Fox. Just minus the R-Wing, and you're just kind of riding a dragon biped thing that likes to kind of run around like an ostrich and can sometimes fly. It's really all it is. It's Star Fox with dragons. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's actually kind of fun. And I think I'm coming up on a boss battle or something. And as you can see, the boss battles in this one will be as nondescript as the boss battles in fucking the original Star Fox games. You don't really know what you're fighting. You know it's a polygon, and that's about all you need to know. Sometimes that polygon will spit out other polygons, and you need to do your best to try to avoid them, and hopefully you can survive the encounter. I think with this one, all it is just, polygons moving, throwing other polygons at me, and I just have to try to make them explode. That's about it. Anything else you want to know about the game, Wikipedia that shit. I'm not your history teacher. It's not what I do. I do not get paid for it. Which, by the way, I think I could technically monetize my videos, but I don't want to. You got a lot of people that want to YouTube this shit for a living. I'm not trying to make a living. I got a full-time job, and I got a life outside of here with some great friends and great people that keep me company. And, well, I don't have much of a dating life, but hey, I got a cat, and that cat's name is Turtle, and he is fucking awesome. Point is, I don't do this to try to make a living. I don't do it to make money. I'm just doing it because it's fun, And there are a few people out there that find it mildly entertaining. But this boss battle is kind of dank, so I think I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. We're going to cut to a commercial break, and we're going to come back for the second part of this feature, this birthday episode to the Sega Saturn. So, yeah, stay tuned and shit, or I'll hunt you down.
Alert. Red alert. Red alert.
You crossed my line of death!
You haven't dismantled your MX stockpile.
Pakistan is threatening my border!
That's it, Buster. No more military aid.
Nuke 'em. Get them before they get you. Another quality home game from Butler Brothers. It's back. Big is back, because bigger is better. 6000 SUX, an American tradition.
Welcome back to the show. Thanks for sticking around. If you're still here, God bless you. If not, well, oh well. So, the second part of the video, this is the second game we're going to pop in today, Sonic 3D Blast. And this is one of those, you know what, there are some people I know that really enjoyed this game. I was not one of those people. I didn't hate it. I just didn't love it. You know, I was always more of a traditional Sonic fan. Sonic, Sonic 2, Sonic 3. I even had fucking Sonic and Knuckles. This one was always a little more confusing to me. And I'm like, look, if I'm just not scrolling right to collect rings and all that shit, then I'm not really all that interested. But I remember getting this for the Sega Saturn thinking, oh, sweet, this is going to be like a 3D version of, you know, the traditional Sonic games. And that was not the case. Of course, I'm not really hearing any music either, and I can't remember if this game ever had music. I could have swore it had music. Maybe my game just shat out on me and decided, nope, I'm not going to load the fucking music. I'm going to be honest, like, a lot of my Saturn games, even though I've kept them, like, rather well preserved, they just don't want to play that well anymore. And maybe it might even be the system. I've moved all over the country. I've been all over the place. I've been to a few different places outside of the U.S. And some of these things, some of these items that I've collected over the years have gone with me on my travels. Safe to say that the technology probably was not made to last forever. So for all I know, it could be something wrong with the game or something wrong with the system. I am not sure. I am not a genie. I do not know these things. I am not qualified to answer that question. All I do know is that, well, visually it's working. And I think this is it. I think all you do is run around and you collect coins, and I think you have to, kind of like, you know, in the traditional Sonic games when you, like, spin ball over somebody and the little animals are freed from the, you know, their mechanical prison or what have you. Same thing, I think. You have to kill, like, jump on anything that, you know, is mechanized and hopefully free the animal within. And I think the animals have to follow me back over to that giant ring that I was kind of, you know, jumping into a few minutes ago. I think that's the objective. I was never really too clear on it, though, to be honest with you. Like I said, this was not... Well, fuck you too, buddy. You purple piece of shit. I was never too clear on the objective of this game. Yeah, see the little bird or whatever? I think once you... Oh, wolf. Well, shit. Okay. Yeah, see, the little bird is following me around now. I think once you get them, you gotta free them, and I think you gotta go back to that ring and then jump through it, and it gives you points. I don't know. It's been a while since I played this game. I was excited when it first came out. I was excited when it first came out. I was excited when it first came out. Yeah, I know I just said that 3 times. I caught myself in a loop there. But, I think after I popped it in and I started playing it, I quickly got bored with it. I'm like, man, this is not Sonic the Hedgehog. I can't duck down to do the spin dash, and Sonic in this game, see, it turns into points. I gotta collect all those guys. Sonic in this game is slow as balls. I mean, he is slow as sloth taking shit. And, it's just not cool. Visually, it's nice. Visually, the colors really pop. It looks cool. I'm like, you know, it does look like a Sonic game. It just doesn't play like a Sonic game. It's like I said, it's not a terrible game. It's not a game that I hate. It's just not, you know, of all the Sonic titles out there, this is one of my least favorite. You know, if you're more of a fan of the traditional Sonic games, or you're just basically going left to right, you know, you're just running right all the way through a stage collecting rings and what have you, then you may not like this one quite as much. And I think that's the point of what I was saying. I think that's the reason that I didn't like this one quite as much. I got bored with it because I'm just kind of running around with my thumb up my ass. And I'm like, yeah, this is not all that exciting. So, but I'm playing it because it is a Sonic title, and it was the only one that I don't know if it's the only one that came out for the Saturn. It's the only one I ever had for the Saturn, and I felt that on the 22-year anniversary of the Sega Saturn's launch, I felt it was appropriate to throw a Sonic title in here, a Sonic title that was exclusive to the Saturn. If I'm not mistaken, I think this was that game. Like I said, I don't know if there were I don't know if there was a line of games that were released for the Saturn like there was for the Sega. I don't, for the Sega Genesis, I don't know. I'll be honest, I'm not sure. I never looked into it. And I have a stack of games for the Saturn, but I never had a whole collection because the Saturn was kind of short-lived. I love the Saturn, don't get me wrong, but, when the Sony PlayStation came out and I saw that lineup of games is pretty awesome. I was like, yeah, I gotta get a Saturn. Or no, I had a Saturn. I gotta get a PlayStation. Wow. And I didn't even get the PlayStation when it first launched. I think it was an earlier issue of Game Informer magazine back when they were actually a magazine. I don't know if they're still in publication. I'm not sure, but one of the earlier issues of Game Informer magazine actually did an exclusive on the first Resident Evil game, and I remember it vividly. Chris Redfield and Jill and Barry and Wesky the Molesky, they were all right there on the front cover, and I saw this game and I'm like, holy shit, this looks awesome. It's a zombie survival game, and I'm a huge zombie fan. I had been since I saw the original Night of the Living Dead as a kid, and I think that's what finally prompted me into getting it finally pushed me into getting a Sony PlayStation. I kept my Saturn. I could have traded that shit into Funko Land, though. Yeah, if you remember Funko Land, your childhood was awesome. Not this bullshit GameStop that we live with today. Even Electronic Boutique, even EB back in the day when it was a competitor of GameStop, was pretty cool. Babbage's, another store, but I digress. We can't go back. I have not worked out the details on how to time travel yet. I'm still kind of working on that. I'm thinking if I watch enough Doctor Who, I'll figure it out. I just got to find a fucking police box. But anyway, thus concludes this episode because I'm getting bored with this game. Thanks for stopping by. Click like, subscribe, comment, suggestion, credit card number, insult, whatever. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Happy birthday, Sega Saturn, and as always, game on.